Hello and welcome to Faith Quest. I want to show you something. Now, you may be not getting it, so let me try to explain. This is a strength exercise. Take a cooking pot, put it on your head, grab it by the handles, and do some pull-ups. Okay, before saying how ridiculous this is, please think. Isn't this exactly what we are doing in our spiritual lives when we base our faith on our own understandings? Let me ask you, what will happen if tomorrow you find out that some important things you believed in are just not true? Are you going to be completely lost? I'm often wondering about the people that lived in the time of Jesus, those that met him and still did not understand him. Can you imagine that? Even the disciples. It was through their daily experience with him that they slowly started to understand the world as they knew it was changing dramatically. Realizing that, Paul is saying a little bit later that now we see things unclear, like in a mirror. And mirrors at his time were really foggy. But then we'll see face to face. What am I trying to say? Let me give you an example. Ellen White is a woman that Seventh-day Adventists accept as instrument through which God sent some important messages. She lived in the 19th and the beginning of the 20th century, but not everyone was convinced that God was really using her. There was certain Joseph Bates, a captain of ship by profession, who had very serious doubts. One day, when he was visiting the Whites, Ellen, while still in vision, started to describe the stars like she was traveling through space. At one moment she said, "I see 4 moons." "Wow, she's seeing Jupiter," had Bates. And then she continues, describing belts and rings in their ever-varying beauty and says, "I see 7 moons." And Bates exclaimed, "She's describing Saturn." Then she continues, describing things with such depth and details that only people with very extended knowledge in astronomy were familiar at the time. Bates was really impressed. He recognized a divine revelation in this description done by an absolute amateur on the subject, without any education. Today, however, we know that Jupiter has at least 64 moons, and Saturn has 62. Tomorrow, who knows? Astronomers may find even more moons. Why did God give the wrong information? Well, what would have happened if he gave the right information? Would it have helped Bates? My point is that to establish a connection, God is coming to our level, using our current knowledge. You see, sin created such a huge rupture between us and God. The experience of reconciliation is the history of our world. Today we live in time of great knowledge. But our knowledge changes all the time. Things that we believed 200 years ago prove different today. And the way we will see the world tomorrow will be different than today. But the understanding that we have today is the liaison between yesterday and tomorrow. What is your faith based on? Is it on some prophecies, some special doctrines, some traditions? They are all very important. But what will happen if tomorrow you find out that they were not completely true? It seems that we often forget that Jesus said, "I am the way and the truth and the life." The truth is personalized. When we base our faith on our own understandings, we resemble the ridiculous exercise that I shared with you at the beginning. The spiritual experience is an adventure. It's a relationship. It grows through happy moments, through hardships, through daily routines. It grows through mistakes, through disappointments, and through amazing discoveries. My name is Nick Velinov, and I welcome you to my faith quest.